I've got a whole bunch of stuff set out over here, and I'm going to kind of just show you guys a glimpse of it all, and then we'll start going through it. And let me see if we can get the YouTube side here doing what we need it to do. Again, bear with me just 1 second, guys. I just have to go in and edit it on the YouTube side. And let's set it for 1 day. Okay. That should be good to go then. Right on. All right. I think we're good to go. Well, how's everybody doing? Hey, Katie. New managing moderators can support your channel. Okay, well, I'll have to learn about that later. All right. Now I've got the chat pulled up on here too, because it likes to disappear on my iPad, and I don't know why. But for the YouTube side, we're all set. Okay. Well, welcome in, guys. I'm going to show you kind of everything. A lot of it's stuff that we've had in the live sales before, and I just thought some of it was really cute stuff. And so I thought I'd bring it back around and stuff before I go and list it and everything, because I think a lot of it's fun stuff to do for a live sale. So bear with me. I'm going to lift you over. There's a couple things in here that definitely are new because I picked them up just today. But here's kind of a gander at everything we're looking at. I got Italian pottery, some Dryden pottery, the Russian lacquer pieces, the hand-crocheted pot holders, some Trinket dishes, some fun mugs. All right, let me set you back down. Bear with me. I think, there we go. All right. I'm doing pretty good. It was really cold out this morning, and then it got warm, and I don't know if it knows what it's doing here. I don't know what it's doing. I know that. This first piece I'm going to start with is a piece that I picked up recently, and somebody in the comments said, oh, I think that's for like deck of cards, to hold a deck of cards. I picked it up at Savers, and as soon as I saw that comment, I thought, oh my gosh, duh. I mean, that's of course what it's for. I'm going to show you the lid to it first. This is that really pretty, what is it? Porcelain. Good Lord, I'm going to have trouble thinking. And it's all entirely hand painted, all these flowers. And then where's the signature? Way down here, you can see Pat Campbell signed it. There's no damage to it that I have found. I don't even see crazing or anything on it. And the dish has a little bit of age to it. So it's a divided dish. So it makes total sense that it's to hold a deck of cards, clearly. And it still has the Made in Japan sticker on the bottom. But even on the base, I don't see any chips or cracks or any issues with it. It's just really stinking pretty. And I remember when I picked it up, I'm like, do I need another Trinket dish? But like I said, it's entirely hand painted, so it's beautiful. All right, so I have everything set to 1 pound and then the 12 by 10 box, which if you're in the US, that averages out to be usually between like $7 and $9 postal rate. Just a heads up. Now I do combined shipping. And so, I mean, on average, I think boxes worst is at like $12 to $18 in total when it's all said and done, shipping wise. But definitely reach out to me if there's any issue. But I don't charge you guys for shipping, supplies, shipping and handling. I don't do any of that. Whatever the shipping cost is just whatever USPS or what have you is charging for physically taking it to you. Let's see. Outside of that, I don't think I have any instructions or anything. If you're on the YouTube side and you want to get in on the auction, on the bidding, follow that QR code. It should be somewhere, I think, on the bottom of the screen, and it'll bring you over to Knickknacks. And if you're a new buyer, you should be able to use my code. And I'm not positive, but if you use that 30% off KC code, I do have that running through September 20th. So you might try it at the end. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to start with this one here. I think this one's roughly like 5 or 6 inches long. Let me check it real quick. Yeah, about 6 inches long. So let me pull up our first item here. Move it to the stage. And I'm going to start it at $6. Let me make sure all the buttons are in here correct. $6, 20 seconds, yada, yada. Okay. Looks good. All right. So starting at $6 and running for 20 seconds. I can't believe this thing doesn't have any chips or anything. Welcome in, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well on this Saturday. Congratulations, Carrie. Thank you. I don't think I have any Peggy car. You're talking like fused glass. Yeah, I don't think I have any. I don't think I have any fused glass, period. Here, let me set this over here. Ugh. Last time I had a box set up, but I set this tiny Kaboodles thing here, which I'm going to go ahead and just run this thing. So I just started telling you guys, I went to Savers earlier today, and I went around noon, and it was busy, to say the least, in there. But I'm not going to lie, it was not a pleasant experience. Like, I'm kind of not even looking forward to editing the footage because I feel like I'm going to have to just cut so much of it out. It was so packed in there, and it was like anytime you stopped for just a moment to like look at anything, all of a sudden you'd be swarmed by people. And they were just, I'm just going to say it, they were rude. They were just rude. They acted like I was the inconvenience for standing there. And I'm like, I was here first. It's first come, first serve, guys. But anyways, while I was there, I found this piece. And it's a Kaboodles piece, and it's like a miniature one. Not Barbie size, but definitely a miniature Kaboodle piece. And so it snaps closed right here. It doesn't have like the regular snap. It just has the little plastic piece, you know, that closes in on it. But it's got, oh, that was my price sticker for it. It's got the little drawers that slide out, and it looks like it's in really good condition. And whoever had it before added a couple stickers on the interior and on the, get in there right, and on the top. And what's it say? Jojo Siwa? I don't know. I'm going to be honest, I'm not super familiar with Kaboodles, but is this not adorable? I mean, it has some minor wear, like surface scratches to it, but I thought it was super cute. Anyways, let's duplicate this. There we go. And I'm going to edit this, and I'm going to start this at $4. All right. Carrie, oh, it matches the Trinket box you got last week. Oh, that's awesome. That is so beautiful. I love that it's hand painted too. I don't know. I really like that piece. And as soon as I saw somebody said it's for playing cards, I'm like, duh. I mean, you don't have to use it for that, but it makes sense, right? All right. So starting at $20, starting at $4, running for 20 seconds. Little mini Kaboodles. Let me see how long it is. Because I got that other Kaboodle piece not long ago. It's 9 inches long by about 5.5 inches wide. Stinking adorable. All right, set that over there. Okay, let's do this Italian pottery piece. I don't remember if we ran this one before. I feel like maybe we have at one point. It's an Italian pottery like trinket dish. It's impressed on the back with made in Italy. It's hand painted. And I feel like there may have been a flea bite. There's a tiny flea bite. I don't even know if you guys will be able to see it, but there's a tiny flea bite right there. And I think there's a super tiny one right there too. But I think that's all the damage I see on it. And I don't see any crazing or anything, but it's stinking pretty. All right. Let me hit restart auction. All right, we're going to start at $4 on this one and run for 20 seconds. I can't help myself with the Italian pottery, guys. I can't. I see it, and when it's in good condition, I just do. I don't know. I like the folk arts, floral, hand painted. I can't help myself. But I wanted to bring some of these back around before I went to go get them listed, you know, just in my store. So what do we want to do next? I don't know. Maybe let's do this cup. I love this cup. And I was so surprised. I think I had this in the last one. I was so surprised nobody snatched this up. It's a hand-thrown pottery mug. It's in perfect condition. There's no chips or cracks or issues to it that I can find. And it's got this like cobalt painting on there. I'd almost call it spongeware, but not really. It's more like they just put random paint marks. But they put a turtle in the bottom, and that's what makes them cool. And it says black on the bottom, but I don't know that that's necessarily the artist or anything. Let me hit restart auction. I don't know how old it is. I feel like it has maybe a little bit of age to it, but I don't know. It's not dated. It's not signed. I mean, I don't think it's super terribly old just looking at the bottom of it. It doesn't look like it has. You guys can hardly tell. Clearly, I haven't fixed my light issue yet. All right, but we'll start it at $4 and we'll run for 20 seconds. But there's no damage to it. I measured it out. I wanted to say it was like a 16 or 18 ounce cup. But I love that stinking turtle in there. All right. Okay. I'm going to bring this piece back out. I don't know where. I had last time that art pottery. It was like a skull, you know, little tray. And I meant to bring that back out, but I don't know where it's at. You know, because Halloween's coming up. And that's part of the reason why I brought this one back out. I think this is technically, I could be wrong, but I would guess this is probably a drinking glass. But it was by itself, and I think it's probably Mexican blown glass, although the pontil is smoother than typically how I see it on Mexican blown glass. But the thickness of it and other characteristics definitely remind me of that. But it has this cool orange top and then this sort of brown. And like I said last time, in the right light, it almost kind of looks amethyst. But I just thought it's a very pretty fall piece, and it could be used as a vase. And I liked it. It is kind of heavy. We'll start it at $4 and run for 20 seconds. So, and this isn't painted on. It's orange glass, or the orange is within the glass. I just really liked it. And I thought that would be really cool. You could decorate pretty, I don't know, do a floral arrangement, or even putting like tea lights in there or something. All right, Katie, congratulations. Thank you. All right, let me look over at the YouTube side here. Hey, Lisa D, Lilia V, Funny Time Shorts. How are you guys all doing? I have to remember to look over at the other side sometimes, so I'm not trying to ignore you guys at all. Let me set this over here. It's kind of a challenge to watch both chats. I'm not going to lie. Like I told you guys before, I'm not a professional. Okay, I'm going to pull out this Russian lacquered piece again. I was shocked that nobody was as in love with this as I am. Because you're supposed to be. I think this is Russian. I think this is written or typed in Russian on this sticker. There's a couple little dings to the paint around the rim, very small, like I would call them flea bites to the paint. You can kind of see one right there. But outside of that, it looks really nice, really good condition. And same thing with the cup. They're both wood. The interior of the cup is gold. But it's so pretty. And I love the strawberries on here. Stinking beautiful. Let me duplicate that. And I'm going to start this one at $6. Update the listing. Okay, starting at $6, running for 20 seconds. So it includes both the cup and the plate. And I'm not sure how old these are. I feel like it has a little bit of age to it, but I don't know that they're terribly old. But I think I was telling you guys last time, I got these at the Goodwill in Waldo over off of Warnell. And when I got to the checkout, there's this sweet elderly lady that works there. And she's slow as molasses, bless her heart, but she is so stinking nice. And she was the one who I bought a candle one day in there, and she had told me to put my candles in the refrigerator, and that it would reduce like the air bubbles in the candle and stuff. It would make it burn longer and smoother and stuff. And oh, thanks, Katie. Yes, humankind be both. I know. I feel like it's a theme we need to bring back. But yeah, so she told me about the candle trick, and she was right. But when I brought those, the Russian lacquered pieces up there at checkout, she asked me if I had seen the other pieces that went with it. And I said, no, where were they? And she thought maybe they got bought. But anyway, apparently according to her, they were just beautiful. So I was a little disappointed. Like, why would you tell me that? Now I'm heartbroken. All right. This one here is a hand-painted Fenton satin glass shoe. And I know with the light, it's kind of hard for you guys to see, but it has this very pale pink along the rim up here. Let me see if maybe I move back, if that helps at all. Got a little hand painting on the back side here. Now this one is post 1971. There's remnant of a foil sticker in there, and it is signed on the base. I don't know who it's signed by. Hand painted by C. Riggs. But I know it's post 1971 because I don't know if I'll get it to show you guys. But right here, there's the Fenton in the circle embossing on it. And so that is how I know. But it is stinking pretty. All right. Restart the auction. All right. Starting at $6, running for 20 seconds. And there's no damage to it that I have found. I don't feel any flea bites around the rim or anything like that, or along the foot. Just really pretty. Part of me was hoping it was like custard glass. I did check, but it didn't glow. All right, let me set this guy here. All right. Let's do this. This is just fun. I love this thing. I don't know. I'm kind of half tempted to keep it, to be honest. It's a music box. Here's the info on the bottom for it. It's Schmid. I know. Radical Rachel. I know. And I straightened it up, guys, because my father-in-law came into town, and I'm like, okay, I've got to make it look a little more presentable, right? So I straightened some of it up. And I've kind of pulled some stuff out and everything and getting it ready to, I'm going to do like another haul type video and stuff with you guys, and then work on getting some listings back on track. I found today No, in my last video. I found a couple more pieces of that Arcroc black glass Octime. And so I think I have like 3 or 4 piles of it in various locations that I need to locate so I can, put it all together. And then like that longer burger set that I have, I need to get that listed. But anyways, this is an adorable figural music box, I guess you'd still call it, little lemonade stand. It's a Schmid piece. I don't see any damage to it. It doesn't look like anybody was broken and repaired. I don't see any chips or flea bites or any issue to it, and it does work. It's really adorable. And what I love most about it is this one here is like looking in the jug for the milk or the lemonade. And then this guy, he has a cup hidden behind his back. So he's being sneaky. I don't know. I just thought it was adorable. Let me restart the auction. I'm going to start him. Let me edit that. Let's start it at $4. Run for 20 seconds. And I mean, I don't know. I know a lot of my viewers and stuff are like cat lovers. And so anytime I find super cute stuff like this with cats, I always keep y'all in mind. Because normally I don't pick up a lot of musical things. I don't want to say I never do. I mean, clearly I have in plenty of my videos, but I don't know. They tend to be usually for me kind of a little bit longer tail items. And so generally I don't get them, but that one was stinking cute. All right. Let's go with our pig here. I can't remember still. I don't think he's American Bisque because his base doesn't look like American Bisque. I think he was either Hull or Shawnee. I have it in my video where I'd gotten him. I took the time to figure it out, and now I've already forgotten. But he has no damage. Let me re-look him over and make sure. He is glossy, but he's kind of that matte pink color. Or soft pink. His ear here may look like it has chipping, but it's actually just a little glaze skip. So he's in great condition. Let me hit restart on here. All right, starting him at $4, running for 20 seconds. Cute little planter. I don't see any damage to his insides. Looks pretty good. There's his backside and his rear end. All right. You just sit there and hang out for a minute, buddy. All right, anybody that's just joining, don't worry. I'm going to kind of run through everything. And then when we're done, I will rescan over the table. And, if anybody's interested in anything we have left sitting here, I'm happy to rerun it. So that's what we'll do. All right, let's do these ones. These are those hand-crocheted hot pad holders. I'm including all 4 of them. So it's 2 that look like this, and they're in great condition. And they're very thick, nice thick ones. And then these 2 here. And they all have little hanging things if you want to hang them up. But I'm doing all 4 of those, and we will start it at $4 and run for 20 seconds. These are too stinking cool. I think I found these over at the Goodwill too. But yeah, savers today. That was nuts. That was absolutely nuts. I find often more times than not, I don't know, usually like when I go to the Goodwill, like over in Warnell, Waldo off of Warnell, I don't know, I just run into some of the nicest people at some of the places you least expect it. And then you go over to other areas and it's so different. And like you would think it would be the other way around, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's not easy, Katie. I'm not gonna lie. By the time I leave, I'm a little bit drained. It's yeah. I mean, and talk about if you're claustrophobic. Oh my gosh. So this here is a little Dryden vase piece. It still has the original sticker on here, the original foil sticker, and it is signed on the bottom Dryden, and then I think that's the mold number 104 on there. There's no chips or cracks to it, and the interior looks to be in really good condition. Let me show you the whole way around. All right, let's hit restart. We're going to start it at $4. And here we go. Running for 20 seconds. Yeah, Lisa, I know you put that comment in there a little bit ago that's cold in Winnipeg right now too. And I imagine it's been chillier here. I feel like more so than it normally is. I don't know. All right. We're going to run a Leo Ward, I think it is. Yeah, Leo Ward 19. It's either 1984 or 1989. I can't 100% tell. But either way, he's a little blue bird of happiness. He's in great shape. No chips, no cracks, no flea bites. His little beak is still intact. Foot looks good. Let's hit restart. All right, starting at $4 and running for 20 seconds. I love these. I have more of the red ones, the cardinals, and I can't remember what they call those. Because this one's Bluebird of Happiness. I don't remember what they called the red ones. All right, Jody Jam Jams. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Let me write your name down here. We'll set this guy over to the side for you. Okay. What else do we want to do? I don't know. Give me that bunny. I love this guy, and I don't know. Do you have the red hands handy? Are they signed too? The red hands? I don't know. What are the red hands? Oh, the red ones. Oh, no, they're up on top of my chicken. I don't even know where that came from. My kitchen cabinets and stuff. I have a lot of, when I go to show you guys the counter again, I'll try to remember to like scan above my kitchen cabinets and stuff. I have a lot of like Avon Cape Cod and some vintage like pink depression glass pieces up there and stuff that are just decoration. A lot of it's stuff that I inherited like from my aunt and things like that and everything. But I'm not against probably selling them at some point, to be honest with you. But this dude here, he is an Italian piece. What's he say? 021 Italy is on his base there. And got this little, I guess it's kind of more of a plastic or a really hard rubber stopper on there. The little bank slot here is in great condition. There's no chips or cracks. He does have crazing. And he does have a flea bite, small flea bite to the top of his ear on this one and this one, just tiny flea bites. So that and the crazing, but he's otherwise in great condition. Let's duplicate that. All right, starting at $4 and running for 20 seconds. Rerun the mug with the turtle. Yeah, you bet. I'm still shocked that this guy was Italian pottery. I don't know why. I just didn't expect that when I picked him up. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I would have no problem like getting deeper into the collection I have up here. But it probably needs to be dusted and washed. I'm not even going to try to hide it. You know how it is, like you have decorations up on the top. I'm sure some people are like religious about getting up there and dusting. And I'm not one of those people. I'm not even going to hide it. So we'll look at it from afar tonight. And then I'll get up there and I'll clean them up and bring them down and go through them and show you guys. Each step of my house, a little dust settles from the top. Oh, I know. I can't keep up with it. And I was looking around too. I vacuumed this time to make sure the kibble was swept up from Theodore. But I swear, he is like the size of a small pony. He's a German Shepherd, and they said lab mix, but I'm not for sure. Either way, he's huge, and he has like 100 layers of fur. And so I don't care if you walk around this house with like that Swiffer thing that collects hair all day, or one of those little robot things that goes around sweeping your floor. It never ends. It's like finding tumbleweeds everywhere. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. All right, so I'm going to rerun this turtle mug here. He's a hand-formed pottery piece. It does say black on the bottom, but I don't know if that's who that's written by. Normally, for me, I would think an artist would like incise or impress their mark. So I don't want to say that's the artist's signature because I don't know that for sure. Because it looks like it's written in, I don't know, what are those pens that some of the thrift stores will use? They're not wax, but you know what I mean? All right, so starting at $4, running for 20 seconds. But I don't know. I didn't expect a turtle in the bottom when I picked it up. Yeah, charcoal. Yeah, sometimes they use those. They're kind of, a lot of them, they remind me of like a wax. Savers uses them all the time too. They use the red one though. All right, Jody Jam Jams, thank you very much. Congratulations. I love this piece. And like I said, when I checked it for the capacity, did I pull to? No. I want to say it was a either 16 or 18 ounce mug, something like that. Oh dear. I picked up the pen with like the least amount of ink in it. Hopefully it works for us for what we need for tonight. Okay. Let's do this little trinket box here. This one here, I just think is adorable. Oh, you're very welcome, Jody. They're called China markers. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. I mean, generally on most glazed things, it's pretty easy to get them off. But I've had them where they mark like on stoneware and stuff. And that's just, even when I take a like dry erase marker to it, it's like it just bleeds it out into because the stoneware's, porous if it's not glazed. So, I don't care for them. And pottery. Exactly. Yeah. So it's in really good condition. It's got like a black felt velvet kind of interior. It's made in China, according to the tag in there. But I loved the look of this thing, and it has the little snap closure on here. It's meant to look like a little luggage case, kind of turtle shelled-esque, but stinking cute. And then didn't it have rhinestones somewhere? Oh, down here on the buckle, it had little rhinestones that I found last time. So cute little trinket box kind of thing. Put your chapstick or something in. We'll start at $4, run for 20 seconds. And it's in good condition. I don't see any damage or wear to the exterior of it. So today on Knickknacks, didn't they have the, what they call it, the newbie live sale train? I feel like I saw that was on there today. I'm so behind. I've been running so busy. Yeah, newbie train. Did any of y'all participate in it? Katie, yes, no time. Yeah. I thought about trying to sign up for it. Not that I'm technically a newbie, but I kind of feel like I am because I'm still getting back into it. I know I wanted to catch a few, but I was out running errands all stinking day. I'm going to tell you. Oh. All right. We got another Dryden art pottery piece, but I think that's really cool. And I hope people had fun during that. I like that they do that. Yeah, Katie, I think they time them to like 30 minutes per seller. And then they have it set up where you know who like you're going to next. They put a little thought and energy behind it to kind of have it set up so it rolls pretty smooth and quick. So Dryden Pottery, it's not marked or signed or anything, but just this form alone, if you ever see this form out there, just know it's Dryden. I've had it before also where it was in like a green drip glaze kind of thing. All right, let me hit restart auction. All right, starting at $4, running for 20 seconds. And then I know the light is kind of drowning it out. It is a pale yellow though. You don't like the speedier stuff? All right. Why the name Dryden? I think wasn't that they did the volcano ash, but I think what Dryden the name of the person who owned the pottery place? I don't think it was the location. I don't think so. Man, I'd have to go look again. Don't challenge me, Katie. It's Saturday evening. You're gonna make me think of stuff. All right. This here is a little Italian ceramic pottery planter, hand painted in Italy for FTD. It does have a few flea bites up along the rim, but it's otherwise in really great condition. Might be some minor crazing to it, but I really don't see much of any. But it's all hand painted, super cute. I imagine it might have originally had some kind of like string or rope or something where you could have hung it from, but really pretty. Starting at $4, running for 20 seconds, and there's the interior of it. I think I'm going to have to sit and pull out my pottery books and maybe do a video going through info on them. My brain needs a refresher too, because if it's something I haven't had to like actively think about in a while, it'll leave my head. And then I'll go read my reference books and be like, oh yeah, duh, But I don't know. That's how my brain usually works. This one here I brought back out because I thought this was so pretty. This is like a Pennsylvania Dutch style. It's a wood plate, like decorative plate, and it is signed on the back here, and I think that says Sam 87. And it looks like there's two little holes right here, so I think it originally had the holes are right here, so it would have hung this way. So you could always put a hook back on there. I don't remember what diameter this is, though. About 10-inch diameter on that. So let's hit restart on the auction. Starting at $4, running for 20 seconds. A really pretty decorative plate. I wish there had been two of them. I always like pieces like this in sets. But, if you have decoration at home already that matches it, blend right in. All right, Katie, thank you very much. Congratulations. Sure, I'm just pulling off that one. Okay. Man, I need to get bar stools that are easier to get up and down from. I saw some at Goodwill the other day and I almost got them. They were just your basic just round stools, because these ones have handles, so I can't just pop in and off of it. All right, let's do this one here. I don't remember who makes this now, but it's a vintage glass. It's technically an ice bucket, and I originally thought that this probably would have come with like a whole lid and thing. No, I guess it doesn't. At least not when I went to go look up info. Hey, Devil's Piano, how you doing? So it's just got all these fun little like circus carousel, I guess, more characters going along here. There's a little bit of fade to the red and white, I'm not going to lie. A little bit of fade, but there's no damage to the glass, no chips or cracks. And the glass isn't marked with any maker's mark or anything, but it is stinking adorable. I love the graphics on here. All right, I'm going to start it at $4. We're running for 20 seconds. But I remember when I picked it up, I thought that would make a really cool like candy dish, or I don't know, like a decorative, or even as some kind of like planter kind of thing. I think there's a lot you could probably do with it. All right, let's see. What do we want to do next? How about we grab our kitty cat here? All right, so this one here, what's he impressed with? Copyright GM, made in Taiwan, ROC, House of Lloyd, 1989. And it's an adorable hand-painted sleeping kitty cat. And I feel like there might have been a flea bite, but I might be wrong. Where was it? Nope, right here. It's on the back side of his ear right there, just a little flea bite to the glaze. But I think that's the only damage. Oh, the stinking light. Only damage that it had to it. Super cute. Let's hit restart. I restarted at $4, running for 20 seconds. And I love that they put the blue over the eyes. That's adorable. So did y'all do anything fun for your Saturday? All right, Carrie, congratulations. Thank you. I think my husband got up early and went into work. You know, he's salary, so it's not overtime or anything, but he tries to get caught up on stuff when there's nobody there to like bug him and ask him a bunch of questions and stuff like that. Oh, you guys got rain? Oh, you're very welcome, Carrie. Katie, you got rain? Yeah, and putted around. That's probably what I'd have done too. All right, let's do our other trinket box here. One of them anyway. This is the one that has the like 3D beach chair scene going on there. Super stinking cool. I don't think this is terribly old at all. And it's, again, got kind of that black velvet felt sort of material on the inside. And then this little clasp here. But it's in really great condition. I think that's probably where the original sticker was, but it's gone. We hit duplicate. All right, we're going to start at $4. And I don't think there's any damage to this piece that I've seen. There's the hinges on it. And show you guys the front again. I know it barely got warm enough today to even let Theodore out to swim. It's been a couple days because it's been too chilly. So he's been a little more anxious than usual. All right, here's a couple more Dryden pieces. And you can tell they're Dryden. One, just from the clay, the look of the clay. Let me grab this one here so you can kind of see the same thing there. And but one of them's bluish and the other's kind of a maroonish color, purpley color. And you can tell there's some drip glaze going on. I don't think either of them have any damage. And they're about the same size, but they're not marked or anything like that. But I'm doing them as the pair. I know. Every time I let him out, He goes over, we have his pool like kind of upright, leaning against the railing out there, and he'll go out and he'll pull it down and then stare at me like I'm supposed to jump into action. All right, starting at $4, running for 20 seconds. Couple little mini Dryden vase, air plant probably, I suppose, pieces. There's lots of people. It's nice and cool enough out there that people are out walking. And so we get quite a bit of action, or at least in Theodore's world, it's quite a bit of action. So if you guys hear him barking, it's probably because somebody's walking by. All right, let me grab this one here. This one I picked up today as well over at Savers. And it's a redware piece. It's not marked. I honestly don't know if it's made in Japan. I kind of feel like it might be, but it's really stinking pretty. But it came with sort of a like faux flower arrangement thing in it, and I went ahead and took that out. One, because I wanted to make sure all this was actually intact, but two, the flower arrangement was kind of falling apart anyway. But it looks like it's in great shape. There's no crazing. It's like pink, green, blue, yellow. I really, really like this. All right, starting at $4, running for 20 seconds. Just a little mini. I guess technically it's probably a creamer, but you could, use it as a planter or whatever. The interior of it, I know it's going to be hard to show you guys, but it's actually in really good condition on the interior as well. All right, set that one there. What else did we have? Here, let's do this little trinket box guy. Now this guy is adorable. It's he's got his sticker on the bottom. It says Home Co. Made in Taiwan. But he's the little elf gnome guy with his mushroom toads hanging out there. He's leaning on a small one, and then there's another one here. I thought he had a squirrel buddy, but I guess not. Anyway, he's in really good shape. I don't think he has any damage anywhere to him. He's bisque and then hand painted, and the bottom piece looks like a tree stump, but there's no damage to the interior here. Did I show you the underside of that? No damage anywhere on him. He's just adorable. All right, let me hit restart. All right, starting at $4, running for 20 seconds. Katie, small vases are in. Yeah, I think there's a lot you can do with them. Like I said, I imagine a lot of people use them for air plants and stuff, but I don't know. That's what you heard. That's the word on the street, Katie. All right, what haven't we done? Let's see. Let's do this baby thermometer thing. I was kind of surprised last week that nobody jumped on this. This is adorable. It's Baby Temp by it's Rodan or Rodin Creations. And I honestly cannot make out the date too great, but it's 19. I think it says 68 on there. I'm not sure. It is made in the USA. It says patent pending, Reading, Pennsylvania on the back. But the graphics, I would believe it's out of the 60s. But it's like in brand new condition. It's like as if it was just taken out of the box, like it was never used or anything. There's no wear to it. There's nothing. It's nuts. All right, starting at $4, running for 20 seconds. And like I said, as far as I can tell, it looks like it works. Because I think low 70s is, or high 60s is about where our thermostat says it is in here. All right. Yeah, I think I need to look into getting into one of the trains. I've never done one of the knickknacks trains. And I'm nervous to. I don't know why. Probably just because I've never done one before. But yeah. That, and I'm afraid I won't, like, whatever theme it is, I'm afraid I won't be able to, like, put together enough stuff in time. And, you know, I don't know. I'm being a wuss. Let's call it what it is. I'm being a wuss. All right, this is a paperweight that I picked up because I thought it was so cool. The music sheet in here says, "Words cannot tell how I love thee." And then it has all these little metal instruments on here. Stinking adorable. And it looks like it's like a poured glass brick. There's some kind of black felt, on the base here, but it's not marked in any way. I don't know who made it, but there's no damage to it. All right, starting at $4, running for 20 seconds. Really cool. I think I got this at the Goodwill over in Waldo also, if I remember right. It's fine. You're also friendly and helpful. Well, that's good to know. That does make me feel better. You know how it is. Everything's always scary until you do it. And so you eventually just have to, like, jump, I'm working on jumping, I guess. I'm going to have to, I think there's a calendar in there, right, guys? Where you can go in and see, like, what trains are coming up and what the themes are and stuff. So maybe I'll get in there and see if I can find one that I think I can handle. All right, this is another Dryden pottery piece. And there is a little bit of, like, manufacturing defect in the glaze here. This mark is under the glaze. It's not a crack or chip or anything. I don't know what they did. It almost kind of looks like they got hair or something mixed into it, to be honest with you. But it's like a mustardy yellow. There's no chips or cracks or damage to it. I can't remember the name they used for this piece. And ever so faintly is it signed on the bottom with Dryden. All right. Am I ready for it? Yeah. All right. Starting at $4. Running for 20 seconds. Oh, thank you, Katie. And Sandpiper said, just sign up for something. I will. I'll get in there and look around. I feel like I usually do such an eclectic thing. Outside of vintage dishware, Lord knows. But I don't know if stoneware plates and stuff would be ideal for a live sale. Probably not. Oh, what do we have next? Let's do this one. This is another Italian pottery piece. I'll show you the bottom there. Italy 28. And this is the piece. It has the little chip on the bottom of the foot. Of course, you can't really see it when it's sitting there, but I do want you all to know it does have it on the bottom of the foot. And then it has kind of a manufacturing defect again with the glaze there. The stinking light will show you. But it has the original sticker. And it's JAYIMP, I believe. Genuine handmade Italian imports. And it's hand painted. And this is that piece with that sort of a like lava glaze, but it's like pebbly. And you can kind of see some of the drip of it too here up at the top. But the interior looks to be in really nice condition. Very, very pretty piece. All right, let me hit restart. We're going to start at $4. You saw a reseller leave a lovely big avocado dish set with design. More than 20 different plates. Oh, wow. Wow, Katie. Well, Lord knows that would make a cool lamp, Devil's Piano. I didn't even think about that. And probably wouldn't be too hard to, I mean, I hate to drill through the bottom, but I think you're right. It would make a cool lamp. Okay. What else have we not done? Let's run this guy. This is goofy and I love it. It is very 70s, but it actually was made in the 80s by Stout in 87. It's hand painted. And this little guy is like, he's wood and he's cut out and he's applied on here. And then they added a fishing pole and a squirrel and a butterfly and all the things. He's adorable. I love it. Let's hit restart on this. All right, starting at $4, running for 20 seconds. And then, of course, I love the detail that they did out here, too. I like nice framing, and then they kind of lacquered it. Oh, absolutely, Carrie. Yeah, I'll rerun the Kaboodle. It's a mini Kaboodle. All right. I think we're down to the last few things here, and then I'll scan over everything. Let me rerun this Kaboodle real quick. All right, so Kaboodle, Jojo Saiwa. I have no idea who that is, but Kaboodles I'm familiar with. And whoever owned it before applied little stickers, but I'm sure that if you wanted to, you could probably easily remove those. Or if you want, I'm happy to remove them for you. But it's got an adorable little handle there. And then you pop it open and show you, they added a couple stickers in there too. A singer or actress. That's what I kind of figured. And then it's got these little slide out tray cubby pieces. And I don't know if it would have had any other kind of tray in there or not, but it's in really nice condition outside of the stickers on it. Like I really don't see much wear. There's a few surface scratches to it, but nothing crazy. All right, starting at $4, running for 20 seconds. And then it's just a snap closure lid. But yeah, I picked this piece up at Savers today. I found it sitting on the end of an end cap. I thought it was too cute to leave. All right, Carrie, thank you very much. Okay. Stick this guy over here. All right, I got another little trinket dish. It's a cute hand-painted one. The porcelain's not marked, so I don't know for sure where the porcelain's from. I'm going to show you the top first. It has that debossed flower on it. I'm not positive what kind of flower it is. But it's a hand-painted. So if you can tell, it's sort of debossed, so it's in relief, but then hand-painted. No damage to it. It did have this original little green material piece that whoever owned it before cut out and stuck in there. So it sits in the bottom, but again, there's no damage. Oh, I'm going to have to figure out this lighting. I feel like I watch people's YouTube videos all the time, and it's like they're amazing with the lighting. I'm like, how do you guys do that? It's crazy. Clematis flower. It doesn't say anything on the bottom. I think it probably originally had a sticker on the bottom, to be honest with you. And if I had to guess, then I would say probably made in Japan. If I had to guess. But it's not signed or marked in any way. All right, duplicate. Okay. So starting at $4, running for 20 seconds. Very cute little, I suppose it would have been a powder dish originally, but maybe they used it for jewelry since they had the like material in the bottom there. That would be my guess. All right. I think we did all the Dryden pieces. Oh, I do have that horse butt mug. Who's it by? What's it actually called? Happy Appy Valley Studios. New Waterford, Ohio, and it's copyright 1987 for the company, I think. And then the mug, I think, was made in 1998. And it's got a horse bed on it, and the tail's the handle. And I love it. There's no damage to it, no crazing, no chips, no cracks. It's just stinking adorable. Let's hit restart, starting at $4, running for 20 seconds. I honestly don't know that I come across the horse butt mugs too terribly often, especially in good condition. I should always preface that, you know, stuff like with that. All right, Jody Jam Jams, thank you. Congratulations. Okay, stick that there. All right. Now what else did we have left? Oh, this is really pretty. This one here is an art pottery piece, and it is signed on the bottom by Hannah. I don't know who Hannah is. I don't know if Hannah is a hobbyist or what, but it's all this like reticulated sort of floral foliage kind of thing going on. And it's a white or cream colored clay, but the interior is kind of a, I don't know, like a rusty brown, reddish color. And then you can see some of that they used up here on the exterior as well. But you put a tea light in it, and it just shines out and looks really pretty. Oh, you're very welcome, Jody. All right. I'm going to put this one, let's do it at $6. Running for 20 seconds. I really like this piece. And I didn't even think about it, but this is another one that's really nice for like fall time. And I suppose we are in the season. 'Tis the season. All right, Katie, thank you very much. Congratulations. Okay. Got your name on there. Let's see. I think there's a trivet and what else? A trivet. There's a couple things left. I have this piece here. This is Italian pottery, and I think it's, I would say just a lemon server, but obviously you're not going to fit too many lemons on here, but like there's a spot for your toothpicks. So I don't know. But I'll show you guys the other side of it here too. Let's hit duplicate. Let's edit that. We'll start this one at $4. But on the back, it says Capri, and what is that? Dipinto Amano, I think. Yeah, party for one. I know. But it's in really great condition. I don't see any damage to it, chips or otherwise. So starting at $4, running for 20 seconds, just a little Italian pottery piece for your lemons, for your tea. Well, I know this part is hand painted. And Capri, I think, is the area maybe that it was made. Yes, defect. That's what you were saying. Yeah. I just didn't read all the way. Yeah. You're right. Good call. All right. So let me make sure I'm not missing Gail on the YouTube side. Welcome. I hope you guys are all doing good. Patricia. Hey, everybody. All right. So this here was another trivet made in Italy. It's not signed or anything up here, but it is a terracotta tile, and it's sort of in relief a little bit, mostly with the white glaze part. But really cool, and I think you probably would have hung it up. I imagine that's why it's in the wood frame. Let's hit restart. All right, starting at $4, running for 20 seconds. Really pretty. I think I got this one over at Heart and Hand. And I can't help myself sometimes with the trivets when they're pretty like that. I don't know. I've got some like on my wall. Well, I'll show you guys in a minute. On my wall over here that are sort of, like Italian chef-ish in style. Here is this trinket dish again. This is that Avon piece that, who did I say on accident last time? I think I accidentally said Fenton made it. No, not Fenton. I think if anything, maybe Lefton might have made it because it was made in Japan, produced exclusively for Avon products, fine porcelain, decorated with 22 karat gold trim, Avon 1974, 1979R. And then it has the little Japan sticker there. But it's just got cute little flowers and butterflies on it and gold trim, as it noted. And it's, of course, egg-shaped. But there's no damage to it anywhere. It's really pretty. All right, let's hit restart. Starting at $4. Oh, no worries, Katie. I just enjoy having y'all come out and hang out. I got home today and I told my husband, I said, I don't think I'm going back out there. Like, people are just, I don't know, man. It's getting rough. It's getting rough out there. It's just, you can like just feel it coming off of people for the most part. Like, they just are not happy. I don't know. And I get it. I'm not blaming anybody. Trust me. There's plenty of things going on, And this is a weird art pottery mug. It is signed by, I think it says Katie Schneider. Don't quote me on that. That's just the best that I can do to make out what that signature is on there. But it's like this pale yellow that fades into a cream, and then it has these dimples in it with gold painted on it. There's no damage to it. I think it was a roughly like maybe 14-ounce mug, if I remember correctly, but it's stinking cute. All right, running for 20 seconds, starting at $4. I need to grab a drink of my water. Doing too much talking. All right. Let's see. I think we've gone through everything except for this powder tin that I brought back out because I just think it's really pretty. This is designed by, is it Daher? Daher, Long Island, New York, container made in England. Is debossed on the bottom there. There's a few little dings to the paint, but nothing major. It's in really good condition. And I just love the style of it. I don't know exactly when this was produced, but I think it has a little bit of age to it. And I wiped out the rest of the little bit of powder that was in there. But you can still smell it. Smells good. Smells good. Sandpiper, thank you. I know. I think I got this at Goodwill, but I don't remember which one now. But yeah, I liked it too. I think it speaks volumes, All right, starting at $4, running for 20 seconds. So it's like this pale baby blue, and then all the, Roman or Grecian or whatever, it's like debossed in the metal. Really pretty. And I do like the smell of that. I don't know what kind of powder they had in there, but it smelled good. All right, Katie, thank you very much. Oh, I did have one more thing that I don't think we've done yet. Okay. And it's that little holy water font piece. And I don't know. I just thought it was cool. You thought you'd have to fight for that one? Nope, you got lucky. This one here is made in Italy. It's some sort of like a resin or a hydrostone material, but on the front it's, you know, meant to look like marble. And as far as I know, it is sealed up. I don't see any cracks or evidence that water leaks, but I'm not going to promise that it 100% is watertight. I don't know for sure because this part's adhered, but it is really stinking cool. And I guess you hang it from here. But little holy water font. Let's hit duplicate. So starting at $4, running for 20 seconds. The Hercules singing ladies, yeah. What did they call those? They didn't call them sirens, did they? I thought they had another name for them. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've read the Hercules stuff. All right, let me kind of adjust a few things so y'all can see them somewhat decently set out. Hopefully. Okay. Oh, and I got these. All right, guys. Bear with me for just a second. And I'm going to flip this. Okay, so real quick. Up above our kitchen cabinets, I have all these random like depression, pink glass. I think those are Anchor Hawking Ruby Red. There's some of the Cape Cod up there. Muses. Yes, Sandpiper. Yes, that's what it was. And so, whoops, I got cords over here. So then, will it let me zoom in? No. But can you guys see the bluebird up there? Or not bluebird, redbird sitting up there. And some other pieces. We painted in here not long ago, and I still haven't put the vent back up there. Okay. Well, now that we've seen the top of my dusty cabinets a little bit, let's take a look over here. So, so this is what we're looking at, what we have left going on. And if there's anything anybody's interested, I'm happy to rerun it. We've got some Italian pottery in the back there with the vase and the bunny, some Trinket boxes there, little drip glaze redware piece, some Dryden pottery, the little kitty cat Schmid music box, Fenton glass shoe, another Trinket box, some hot pad holders, Russian lacquerware. You got your little dude going fishing, pig planter, paperweight, music theme, vintage baby temp, another Italian pottery piece. And let me flip you guys back around. All right. I even put tape on the counter so I'd remember where to sit you down at. All right. So if there's anything y'all are interested in looking at again or running again, let me know. I don't know if there's anybody else that's up and going. When I scheduled my live tonight, I saw I was the only one scheduled at least at 6:30. I think I was the only one live, at least at that time. Until maybe 7 for like a half hour or so. So I assume, what are we at? 7:40. Oh yeah, there's going to be other people on there now. The trivet and the driver and the Dryden pottery pieces. What's the driver, Leslie? Trivet. Gotcha. All right. Grab the trivet here. And let me hit restart auction. So starting at $4, running for 20 seconds. And it's a terracotta piece made in Italy. And like I said, I think I got this one over at Heart and Hand. All right, Leslie, thank you very much. Congratulations. Okay. And then the Dryden Pottery. I don't know if you're interested in all of them. Oh, you're very welcome. Do you want me to rerun all of them? Let me hit duplicate. We will. I'll just run through them. This one in particular? Okay. So this one here is like a pale yellow. I know my lighting's terrible, guys. I'll try to work on it this week. But I love the like abstract design of this piece. It's just really, really stinking cool. All right, starting at $4, running for 20 seconds. This is that, I think it was the Bonner Springs Goodwill. And I think all these Dryden pieces I picked up that day. Like somebody had just dropped off their Dryden pottery collection and I happened to show up. And they weren't $1 million a piece. So I was game. It was great. All right, Leslie. Congratulations. Thank you. We got one there. Okay. All right. You want me to rerun any of the others also? Got this one. And this one here. I think this is the only one that still has an original sticker on it. And then these two little ones I'm doing as a set together. So if you want me to rerun any of those, I'm happy to. Let me take a look over on the YouTube side. Patricia, hi. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me over on YouTube. You've reached your limit? Yeah, I know. I know the feeling. Especially these days. By golly almighty. I'll tell you, y'all. But I hope everybody's hanging in there and doing okay. I know there's a lot going on just everywhere. And so I'm sending my best wishes to all y'all and, you know, hang in there. I will be back next Saturday. Your cat likes the boxes. Oh, good. Yep. Keep a straight head. That's, you know, Katie, I think that's the best advice. That's all you can do is, let's do our best to keep our wits about us. Sometimes easier said than done, but you're here all week, Katie? Do you do live sales too? Joke? Yeah, no, you should start doing stand-up. I like it. All right, guys, let me go see who we can raid. I will be back, I think, next Saturday. I'm trying to make sure I do a live sale at least once a week. So typically on Saturday. Sometimes I might have to bump it to Sunday, but normally on Saturday. I'll see you guys here at like 6:30 p.m. Central. And let's go see who we can raid. I want to thank everybody that came out and hung out with me. I have no idea who we should raid. I hope I'm picking, let's see here. Let's do this one, Little Green Turtles. All right, guys, let's head over. I'll see you guys next week.